Welcome back to Dash for Adventure. Today we're doing a little bit of forestry mulching. That's a forestry mulching package on the front of the skid steer. And these teeth, these things will chew up some trees. Looks like they need to be sharpened, but that's what happens when you rent equipment. We may take a grinder to that and sharpen those up a little bit so they're a little more aggressive. The plan today is to clear out some more of our land and make it a little more functional so we can plant some grass and have usable land. We're going to cut a trail from here all the way zigzag until we can get up to the top, up there, to the very top of our ridge. We have some beautiful trees up there that I hope someday to build a treehouse in. But at the very least, I want to be able to take our Bronco up this hill. So we just got to clear some trees out of the way. And even though it'll still be a rough ride, it'll be a ride we can take. Let the yard work begin. There goes Dakota. He's going to cut in our Bronco trail. Can't wait to show you that. Clearing out a road right here, and this road's going to wind its way across the creek and go all the way up to the top of the ridge. Oh yeah, it's gonna be cool. Right here behind the house. Well, here it is. This is one of the reasons why we bought this land, because we knew we could do this. Look at that trail. It goes winding up through there, and then when we get to about midway up the hill, it takes a dog leg to the left. And that's where Dakota is right now. He's way over there. You can probably see him through the woods. He's clearing that part of the trail that connects to this part of the trail. And then the goal is to get to a cluster of big oak trees, the top of the ridge, that are about a little less than 16 feet apart from each other, which would be perfect for building a giant treehouse. He's grinding out a tree that fell in the wet weather creek right here, but also had him clear out to the edge of the wet weather creek right here, because right here behind the house, I just know the grandkids are going to want to come play over here, so create a place for them to get dirty when it rains and be kids like kids should be. Yeah, looking great. So excited. Whew, I'm out of breath. But look at this trail from here all the way across there to the skid steer and back down. That's that winding part of it down there, and there's the house. So, and then we're going, you can't really see it well, but there's some big trees way back there. And that's Dakota operating a skid steer. Well, you're almost up there. If you look, you can see the trail right there, cutting back up there. We're gonna make it to the top today and then clear out at the base of the treehouse trees for a parking area. Wouldn't it be cool to hang a swing from that tree? Maybe. Well, here we go. Let's walk up here and see where we're at. It's starting to rain or sprinkle. Look at that. Goes up and around, back around, widens up there before it cuts through the wet weather creek, which is going to be a nice, challenging obstacle. A simple but challenging obstacle. And then he is almost to the top. Heck yeah, looking good. Can't wait to show you what it looks like up there. Soon, stick with us. Here goes Dakota, the Skidsteer Kid. Say that 3 times real fast. He's going to the top, and we're going to meet him up there. Paula's going the first trip up in the Bronco to the Bronco Trail. Let's do it, honey.
Should I lock some rockers?
Not until you need them.
Should I wear my seatbelt?
I don't know.
Sure we're not gonna get stuck?
Nah, I don't know. We might get stuck. No telling. But you got 4-wheel drive, so just don't start spinning.
I'm spinning.
Are you spinning in 4-wheel drive?
Yeah, I am.
4 low?
Yeah, 4 low.
Okay, let's go.
Mm.
Hear me do it?
No, I don't.
Okay.
It's just mushy.
It's just mushy. It is just mushy. Let's go. Go. Get it in slow and go.
Still sliding. Have to go a little bit faster.
Just watch for all the trees.
I am, honey.
You good?
Alright, that's really mushy.
Yeah. Well, it just rained like hell, so we might have to wait until it stops raining. Well, we got muddy.
You know what? New tires might help.
Yeah, new tires would help, wouldn't they?
Look,
Yeah, we'll get new tires.
they're almost slick.
Yeah, we'll get new tires. But for now, we're going to walk to the top. It just rained like mad, so this is fresh ground dirt, and it's muddy, and hey, it'll be better when it dries up a little and we put some gravel.
If it hadn't rained.
Woohoo! Woo! See the Bronco down there. We didn't make it in the Bronco. Yep. Woohoo! It's gonna be fun. Probably gonna need some gravel. How you doing, Dakota? Man,
I'm happy to be here, buddy.
you're the Skidsteer Kid, ain't you?
To the top we go.
There's some trees over there. Look at that. That's beautiful. So he's gonna clear out quite a bit further out there because there's 2 or 3 different clusters of trees that we could build in. So we want to clean it all up so we can park up here, and then we can come up here and kind of eyeball it and get familiar with it and see where we want to build the tree house, see where the best view is, see which 2 or 3 of these trees we need to cut to increase our view. It's gonna be great. Check this out. We're at the top of the property, and you can see the pink ribbons. That's our survey markers. I know we're a little bit of an incline here, but look at those trees. Those are perfect treehouse trees, and there's actually groups of them. There's one, and if you look over here, there's some more here, and some over there and there, and whew, I'm out of breath. So what we're gonna do is, we're just gonna bring a bench up here and come up here and sit in different places and find the view we want. And the view we want is the least amount of trees that we have to cut at 20 foot up. So when we look out here, there might be 3 or 4 or 6 trees we have to cut to get that view, but really there's not that many when you go 20 feet up. So we'll climb up a couple of these trees and see. And Dakota, the Skidsteer Kid, is gonna take this trail out further now and do like a W road, some switchbacks that go down through there to get us back down to where we were. This is beautiful. But like I said, this is the top side of our property. Oh, let me show you this. So we're gonna go, I'm gonna walk you through the woods right here for a little bit and show you this view over here. Oop, duck. All right. So this is the corner of our property. But what's so cool about the corner of our property is this ridge right here. It drops off. Look at that. I mean, it drops off. So I'm actually standing on our neighbor's property right now. And now I'm on our property. All right. I'm gonna let him cut the switchbacks in, get him some fuel, and meet him at the bottom of the hill. Right, now we're We're walking down this hill, which is, if we're looking straight out and that's level, that's about 17 to 23 degrees, something like that. So when we get the Bronco up here, we'll be able to document what the pitch and roll is, but it's pretty hefty. So we gotta let this dry just a little. That is super muddy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got to get some new tires for the Bronco. Yep, even the skid steer slid right here. It's super muddy. Then we got to round that curve. That's going to be fun. Yeah, you're going to need new tires to cut into this. You doing a Michael Jackson, honey?
I am. I need a white glove.
Need a white glove? Yeah.
Be careful.
And then we got to cross that creek. Wet Weather Creek.
That's going to be deadly.
That'll be fun. Yeah. Anybody that drives up here, we'll have to have them sign a waiver, of course. But that's a good place to test out recovery. Until we put, we're going to put some logs on the left-hand side right there and then let the ground kind of build up around it. But we're still going to keep the Wet Weather Creek like it is. So that's going to be an obstacle right there. Fun, fun. I hear the Skidsteer Kid going at it. He is way up there. Come on, honey, now. Drive around the corner now. Yeah, she got this. So here's the switchbacks he just cut. And up there is the top of the ridge. And actually, right over there is that top of the ridge that I showed you over the side. And he cut some switchbacks in here. They go right there. And where he's walking is towards where we were at just a moment ago. And this comes all the way through here. And then there's this little area right here in case you need to back up. And then here's some downhill run. Doesn't go too far, and then it cuts back to the left, and it goes down that way. Let's go that way and we'll see. So we go down this hill, and then we cut a left right here. A left here, correct. And then we go pretty much straight here for a while. A little bit of an angle, but no big deal. And then, watch yourself back there. That briar grabbed me. And we keep going this way. And the house is over there. You can see it, but we are two Wet Weather Creeks away from the house. So we'd have to build bridges or something. And then here we go down here. Getting closer to the house. And I think we're going to leave this spot here as a little, what my uncle used to call a pretty spot. And we'll eventually build some kind of a walking path from the house to here. And this will be a nice little spot. Heck yeah. So from this pretty spot, we'd have to cross that Wet Weather Creek. And then there's another one right on the other side right there. And then there's the house. Cool. Let's go walk it. You can't even see that spot from here. So we've been walking down, just crossed over this Wet Weather Creek right here. And now we're going over here towards the house, and there's one more creek to cross. I think this will be cool to put a little winding walking path out to our pretty spot. So we can walk out there, or we can drive to the top of the hill where the tree houses go. It's gonna be cool. And then here's the other bigger Wet Weather Creek. And there's the tree that I was thinking about hanging a swing from. So we're here. So the cool thing about this is, when you come up the driveway, unless you're really looking, you can't tell, but there's a road that goes back there. And then we can actually cut a walking trail there to go out to the other part of it. So, absolutely dream come true. I love this. One final cleanup run. Dakota's gonna go up there and make sure that that trail's wide enough to drive all the way around, back through the switchbacks, all the way down to the pretty spot, and then back around. This day's coming to an end. We're almost done. The sun is gonna be setting soon. And then, after all this work, we're gonna pack up. We're gonna head to Maryville to see our favorite artist up there, and then we're gonna spend a week up in the Venor and Maryville area. It's gonna be great. Well, that's been a full day. We hope you like our quirky little videos. This one is really heartfelt because we're working on our house, and we can't wait. This is gonna be a completely off-grid adventure. Hopefully when it's done, we won't have any bills other than property taxes and insurance. The sun's already gone down. It's been an absolutely gorgeous day. I am beat. Dakota just left. We're going to call it a day. Thank you, guys. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you in the comments, and have a great evening. Good night.